Well, head coach Mike Robinson, less than a month ago since we last faced Portsmouth, of course. Since then, we've gone on an unbeaten run of 5 games in all competitions. There's real positivity around the place and cause for optimism.
Yeah, definitely. We always have a cause for optimism here, Rob, but no, obviously being 5 unbeaten is really good. We're really looking forward to the challenge of Portsmouth on Saturday. As you said, we're 5 unbeaten and got every reason to feel confident.
In terms of Portsmouth, of course, as well, I suppose there's quite a lot of expectation for a footballing place like that to get out of League One at the moment. As you said, they've turned it around recently, but they've only played 2 more games than us and we've only lost once more than them.
Yeah, I mean, they're in great form themselves. I believe they're unbeaten in 9 in the league. They've only conceded 2 goals in their last 7 league games, so they're in really good form, we know that. But like you said, we're unbeaten in 5. I had the stats through from Gonzalo Aranis today. In terms of expected goals in the league over the last 5 games, we're actually highest in the division in terms of expected goals, and obviously we've been scoring freely. So it should make for a really good game. And as you said, you know, they've got pressure on them, but we've also got our own pressures because we know how good we can be, and we feel that we're probably 3-4 points short of what we should be. So we want to keep the run going.
Matches around the country are getting postponed, unfortunately, at the moment. Purely as a coach at the moment for yourself, I suppose all you and the players can do at the moment is adhere to the guidelines and keep the levels of concentration on the game on Saturday, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do, coming in, making sure that we've got all the protocols in place and keeping your fingers crossed, really. We've had a couple of cases already, one with a younger player, and we've had Zaki, the goalkeeper today, and also Dapo. So we're without Dapo and we're without Zaki, the goalkeeper. But it is what it is because we're carrying on with all the protocols. There's no knock-on effects from that. So we're just waiting to hear from Zaki whether his PCR test will be positive as well. But Dapo's was, so we're without those 2. So yeah, you just have to keep doing the right things and just keep your fingers crossed that you don't get more cases, but and carry on as usual.
In such circumstances, if it was the case, what would you do in terms of a substitute keeper?
Well, that's something we're having to think about right now. So as I said, we only found out this morning on that one. So we're just looking at various options to see what we're doing.
On a positive note, of course, we filmed Che Alexander getting back into training this week. He's edging closer to perhaps a return around Christmas time. What sort of shape are we in terms of team news then for Saturday, who will be available?
Yeah, apart from Zaki and Dapo, we're all good. Obviously Dan's back now, he's been training brilliantly this week, he's back and feeling well. He's obviously wasn't COVID related, he just wasn't feeling well, that's why he missed the Wickham game. But no, we're good, and like you said, it's great because you're training now and then you've got Shay and Will on the other pitch training to get fit, so there's going to be competitions for places, which is really healthy. So we've got no other news. Henry took a little bit of a knock today, but nothing much. We're expecting him to train and be absolutely fine tomorrow.
How do you feel? Because in terms of the Christmas schedule, I know you like, obviously, like we all do, the FA Cup, but you've spoken about your feelings for that in the past. This time of the year, supporters like to go and see a lot of football games, and I think as a fan you like that as well.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different this year. How do you view it in terms of for a head coach?
Yeah, as being a football fan myself, you love Christmas. It was a family tradition. You love going to football over Christmas, so it's just a period that I look forward to. I know, it's work for people, and you're working over the festive period, but we're doing a fantastic job, a job we love. So I don't look at it as a negative. I look at it as a great time, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to it, and the players are too. So hopefully the fans will. We know there's going to be sort of protocols in place, but hopefully we can put on a show for them and we can have a great festive period together.
Absolutely. Just beyond that, in your role as well, just touching upon it because you're going to get asked about it a lot in the weeks ahead. In your role, because obviously you're part of the panel, but have you had to sort of start thinking about January, you've been making preparations for the January window?
Yeah, we had a chat a couple of weeks ago. We had a meeting in terms of what sort of shape we're in. So we're looking at things, and I've got told if there's a possibility of any signings. So I've got my own thoughts on that. I mean, they're obviously not going to be a lot of money available, but maybe an opportunity to sign one player. So we're just going to review it, look at it, and obviously we've got possibly the option of bringing loan players back if needed. So my thoughts right here, right now, is without injuries, we're in good shape, we're in good form. You know, I see all the things that go on a day-to-day basis that you don't see. Everyone kind of bases where you are, obviously on the league table, and that's understandable as a fan, but I see all the other things going on that I know are going to put us in great stead moving forward. So, you know, I have to take all that into account in terms of how, you know, how everyone's feeling, the things that are taking place on a daily basis, how we're improving, figures and stats that I get in terms of where we are, that on, you know, as I said, expected goals and things that I believe will come to fruition as the players sort of get that more know-how, which they're showing, I think, on a weekly basis.
It'll be your first full January transfer window because, of course, you came in onto the end of it the last time. But to be honest, as you said, you've got a settled group, you're building towards something, so it's not something you really envisage making a lot of changes on, really, would it?
No, I mean, you know, by nature, I've always built things. You know that from my development days in the academy and before I come into football, having my own business. So I believe in building things, and I think January can do. I think it can make people take their eye off the ball, and you know, everyone can turn into a little bit looking for the next best thing that doesn't actually exist out there. I believe I've got the next best thing in our group of players, and I believe that they're very much work in progress, but they're working so hard every single day to get better. So I think the biggest thing is that we don't get distracted, and I find that January can be a huge distraction. And that's what I don't want it to be, because when you're building something you need complete and utter focus, and that's the most important thing for us.
And that's why the emphasis has got to be on this game on Saturday against Portsmouth, a very good side at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, that's all we think about, is a day at a time, coming in every day. You know, Simo did a presentation to the lads this morning based on our attacking threat on the last 5 games to the previous 5 games, and there's some real positive things in there, you know, in terms of, you know, stats sometimes can be manipulated, but these are stats that are actual stats, they're foolproof stats. So, you know, that's how we come to work every day to improve and take those things onto the training pitch, and we just focus on one game at a time. And you know, that's why I always say to you, we never knee-jerk, win, lose or draw, because we know exactly where we're going and how we're going to get there.
Well, thanks for your time.
All right, cheers, Rob.